So, good evening, all. Good evening, madam. So, today, basically, we are actually starting with our um, one of the initiative which we are taking under Swalai Foundation, under Swalai Biotech, then in collaboration with Catalife Training. Then we also have got RS Soft Skill Training Institute, and also one of the preclinical research institute from Pune, Cyro Research Private Limited. We are actually starting with a industry connect program workshops where we want to actually bring some of the areas which are important now to discuss, so that will be useful for students, and simultaneously it will be useful for us to collaborate and work on different areas. It can be research, it can be business, it can be startup, it can be also a regulatory or clinical studies. So we have designed these sessions in 5 topics, majorly clinical, preclinical. Then we have got soft skill training. We also got regulatory affairs and pharmacovigilance. But in addition to that, we are also going to discuss about AI in drug discovery. So as we know that the area is now developing, and there is a need that the students, even the faculty, to understand that it is important that we incorporate AI when we are actually working on drug discovery or in a research. So just to give you a background of Swalai Biotech, Swalai Biotech is working on uh, personalized herbal formulations, and we are targeting, basically at the initial stage we are targeting uh, cancer, breast cancer and skin cancer. uh, to do that, we are also working on different nutraceuticals and herbal formulations, and we have developed novel small molecules formulations from plant, and we are actually making it for the precision medicine. While doing that, we also have developed some of the nano formulations. I'm not going to go into deep, but that is what we are doing. And to to um, discuss this, what the work is going on and how we can actually incorporate and discuss about those skill. We actually arranging this industry connect program. So today's session is about clinical research, and with us we got Dr. Trupti Kulkarni madam from Catalife Training Organization. um, she has got more than 10 years of industry and academic experience. Major of her work is in clinical research and pharmacovigilance. She have coordinated courses in clinical research and pharmacovigilance as well. Um, she has also worked in placement of more than 100 students in clinical research, pharmacovigilance, medical coding, medical writing, medical billing. Uh, so, major of her lifelong learning has actually helped her with the good numbers of publications and presentations on research areas such as pharmacology, toxicology, CNS, then docking, histopathology, diabetes, and neurology. Just forgot to mention that she has done M.Pharm PhD in pharmacology. So that's the reason that the background is mostly in pharmacology, toxicology, histopathology is there, docking is there. She is expert in writing, editing, and presenting the clinical study protocol. In addition to that, she got expertise in data interpretation, analysis, and biostatics. So have got more than 10 research publication and oral presentation in different national and international journals. She has delivered guest lectures on COVID 19, pharmacology, clinical research, and pharmacovigilance. Also, have organized soft skill training workshop. Swalife have collaborated with Catalife Training Organization, and in this collaboration, we are actually working together on different areas, that is clinical research, pharmacovigilance. So, major of our internship programs we are doing in collaboration with Catalife Training Organization. So, with this short introduction about madam and also about what Swalife and what we are doing. I now like to hand over to Dr. Trupti madam to continue with the topic. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a nice introduction. Very good evening, one and all present here. So, as sir already mentioned that we are working together regarding this industry and academic connection program, which we call it as a bridging the gap. So many students they are really curious about whether really AI is going to hamper about their job opportunities or not, isn't it? And they have lots of questions in their mind. So, guys, we are here to help you. Swalife, Catalife, and many other organizations are there with you just to know that whether really, truly, AI is really showing any impact in their job opportunities or their growth and development. So basically, first of all, any guide, any mentor, any professor will let you know about the same that you should be thorough with your core knowledge. That is the domain knowledge. So if you are from a pharma background, you should be thorough with the basic subjects like human anatomy and physiology. Then what you can say, your pharmacology is very important subject. So there are many subjects which are directly or indirectly helping you to opt your job opportunities and to really excel into the same, isn't it? So basically, one of the stream of all the pharmacy career is the clinical research. And as we are working together, sir mentioned me that we'll begin our session with the clinical research, their scope and potential, and the recent trends which are there in clinical research. So rather than focusing in any other domain and all, we'll directly begin with that of the clinical research. So let me close my video, just avoid any interruption, and we'll begin with our PowerPoint presentation. So here, the important slide that I already mentioned. Many students or many people, those who are still working, okay, they are really curious and they are really worried about their roles, isn't it? Whether they are really working in their favorite career or they are having the same career as of their passion, isn't it? 99% of people are still confused, isn't it? Though they are working, but they are not satisfied. The same condition is there with many of you, I think. And don't worry, as I mentioned, there will be the 99% of people are there. They are lying in a same boat. So, after this session, many of you are going to say goodbye to this 99% club today. So, that is how we are helping you guys just to provide you the path so that you can choose the proper way and achieve your goals. So, here we are going to deal with some points regarding today's presentation. As I mentioned, we are going to begin with the clinical research. Before that, very important step, that is the drug development process. After that, we are going to see about types of clinical research, then the scope and potential, whatever the recent trends are there, and career opportunities which you guys are looking for. And after that, very important point, why there is a need to have a training into the similar field. Let's begin with the drug development process now. Many layman, lay people, they are curious, and when we meet with them, and they are really curious to know how exactly that drug is coming into the market, isn't it? So, this is how the presentation is there. This is called as a drug development process. So, actually, I used to give what you can say example to my students that a baby requires at least 9 months into to proper development into the womb of a mother. But this newer compound, newer moiety or a patented product requires almost 15 to 20 years to come into the market. Then what exactly these 15 to 20 years are for? So these are the four columns which will give you the complete idea about the drug development process. How exactly the newer drug is coming into the market. So very first column, the white colored column will let you know about the research concept and the discovery of any lead compound. What that lead compound means, I'll let you know the example. That is the penicillin is the lead compound, paracetamol is the lead compound, aspirin is the lead compound, isn't it? So these compounds are coming from various different sources. They might be from the animal source, might be from the plant source, or they are synthetically prepared. Nowadays, the protein drug molecules are there, monoclonal antibodies are there, DNA recombinant technology, genetically modified drugs are there. So there are number of ways to get that lead compound. But this requires almost 2 to 4 years for completing this research, which we call it as a basic research or the discovery phase. So this discovery phase actually carried out by the R&D people. Even it includes your what you can say post graduation student, the PhD students, those who are doing their PhD and they are looking for newer compound which they can get patent over the same, or the companies who are working together under the heading of research and development area. So all they are working, there are newer technologies to help, because if there is a compound which is coming from the plant source, I'll give you one example. Metformin is a drug which is anti-diabetic oral hypoglycemic drug. Actually, it is obtained from one of the plant source, isn't it? But if you take any what you can say plant or their leaves, fruits, or flowers, anything, it will contain a thousands of molecules. Then from that, how you can going to get that one single molecule which you are going to patent it. For this, you need to have this basic research, which we call it as a discovery research. This is the first step under the heading of drug development process. Secondly, the preclinical testing required. As you guys must be aware that before going for a clinical trial, the word clinical means the trials which are conducted on the human being. Okay. And the preclinical testing means the trials which are going to be conducted on animals and particularly rodents. I used to ask this question to my students again, why the rodents only? Very simple answer, that they are having very similar anatomy and physiology to that of the human being. Then you will say that monkeys are having very much similar anatomy and physiology. Even they are having the similar brain as well. But guys, it is really difficult to handle monkeys, isn't it? And comparatively, the storage of rats and mice is easy, the dosing is easy, and handling is also easy. So we prefer the rodents. Apart from that, we have the guinea pigs, we have the rabbits also for particular studies. So again, it will require 2 to 3 years for this preclinical testing. That means if you got 2, 3 lead compounds, you cannot say them lead compound, or you are just shortlisting 2, 3 compounds from this particular stage. Now you're going to test them on the animals. And after getting the confirmation whether these compounds are safe, you are moving towards that of the clinical trials now. Okay. Then there is a picture of this clinical trials which are conducted on the human being. So I'll just let you know one simple story why the preclinical trials are required. There was one queen, and she was really very curious about how exactly a fetus is growing inside the womb of a mother. Okay. And at that time, no sonography or no any advanced technique was available. And what she did, she just killed her slaves, the pregnant slaves, at different stages. Means if 3, 4 slaves were there, one was pregnant at first trimester, secondly another one was in second trimester, and the third one in third trimester. Literally, she killed them. And she studied how exactly the fetus is growing inside the womb of a mother. Is it the way to do some research? It is literally against the humanity. There are many such stories in the history of the clinical trial. And from that, there are number of rules and regulation came into the picture, which told that there is a need to have preclinical testing before going ahead with the clinical trial. Now, again, as I already mentioned, there are various advances which are there in preclinical testing also. Cell lines are available, the tissue on slides are available, and many different technologies which are coming into the picture just to act as an alternative to the animal studies. But don't worry, there is a need to have animal study. The reason is there are some psychological impacts on the results of the what you can say drug. Okay, so preclinical testings are also required. After getting confirmation that the drug is safe in preclinical testing, those R&D people can move ahead with that of the clinical trial now. We are going to see clinical trial in detail. So clinical trial will also require 3 to 5 years to complete the process. It will have 5 different phases. It starts with phase 0, 0, 1, 2, and 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Many a times zero is not mandatory. It is called as a microdosing phase. So you can directly go ahead with that of the phase 1 clinical trial, then the phase 2 and phase 3. Okay. And lastly, the phase 4, which we call it as a pharmacovigilance. So these phases are really important to know how exactly that drug is working on human being, isn't it? So after finishing all these phases, there is a fourth phase which is coming into the picture. You guys must be aware about the pharmacovigilance. Pharmacovigilance means keeping eye on a drug. Means after getting confirmation from the clinical trial, drug is going ahead with that of the market. And now the study has been carried out how exactly that drug is behaving into the market. So this is how the clinical trials are conducted. And the last step, it is about the registration, launch, and sales, and other documented, the ethics, regulation, guideline, and other things. So likewise, it takes almost 15 to 20 years to get the patent or to get the drug into the market. So hope you got this concept clear. I think everybody will be aware about this concept. These are the four major steps we can say. There are number of steps, but these are the four major steps which include under the drug development process. Now heading towards that of the clinical research. So what is exactly the clinical research mean? I already told you clinical word means that trials are conducted on human being. The person whose picture is there towards the corner is the James Lynn, who is called as a father of clinical research. Okay, so he first, what you can say, conducted clinical trial on the human being for scurvy. So he used these drugs like vitamin C is useful to treat these particular diseases. So clinical trial or clinical research and development is nothing but a branch of medical science which determines the safety and effectiveness of medications. And it is mandatory. Hope you remember the COVID vaccine phase, isn't it? That time everybody was very eager to get that vaccine into the market or to get that vaccine launched, isn't it? Like at that time, the people were so desperate and there was a competition like कौन पहले जाएगा और vaccine लेके आएगा, isn't it? So at that time, this clinical research took place in hardly in 1.5 hours. So that was the only exceptional case. Otherwise, it takes 10 to 20 years, isn't it, uh, to complete this whole process. But during the COVID vaccine, it was really easier. So the effectiveness of new medication was observed on us only because we were there included under the trial. We given the consent that yes, we are ready to take that vaccine, and whatever the results of that vaccine, we are ready to inform these people also, isn't it? So that was a strategy, and we all were involved into these clinical trials. So it takes place approximately 10 years to complete the steps, isn't it? And this is how the clinical research will be conducted. Now, इतना सब कुछ सुनने के बाद हमें बस यही लगता है जो दिमाग में आ रहा है कि हाँ वैक्सीन टैबलेट सिरप इतना कुछ होगा जिस पे हम ह्यूमन बीइंग पे पहले स्टडी हो सकती है बट गाइस दिस इज नॉट द केस द टाइप्स ऑफ क्लिनिकल रिसर्च आर वेरी ह्यूज आई मेंशन फ्यू फॉर यू जस्ट टू लेट यू नो that there are various different areas that you can work. So the very first is treatment research, another is prevention research, next is diagnostic research, next is screening research, another is quality of life, and then genetic studies, and then epidemiological studies. So what exactly these are? So treatment, first of all, the drugs which we are using day to day basis, the medication, psychotherapy, the disease treatment, which included under the same. This kind of drugs, if they are underwent for the clinical research, they are categorized as treatment research. Prevention research will include your vitamins, vaccines, minerals, the lifestyle changing products, and all. Okay, so they are included under the prevention. Diagnostic research will include what you can say for looking of better ways to identify a particular disorder. So that is the diagnostic tips. Next is screening research aims to find the best way to detect the certain disorder. So screening techniques are there and they are also first of all analyzed on human beings and then only they are coming into the picture. Next is quality of life. Quality of life will be associated with the chronically ill patients like stage 3 cancer people, the AIDS patients are there. They really need to improve their quality of life because they are aware they have very few time in their hand and they need to improve their quality of life now and reduce the pain. So similar kind of what you can say treatment measures are available and they are also tested prior. Next is genetic study and the epidemiological study. So they are also associated with the genetic and other causes and patterns of the diseases. So likewise, there are huge opportunities available under the heading of clinical research. Nowadays, what you can say, the devices, the surgical devices are also coming into the picture because we are aware that nowadays the rather than doctors the robots are doing the surgery, so those robots, the devices, they are also need to tested prior once on the human being. So those were the types of clinical research. Now how about the growth of this particular field? When I was in B Farm, that time this was just booming, what you can say, booming kind of a area. Now I can see there are number of registered studied under the clinical research. You can see this graph, isn't it? So as we are aware that we are at number one regarding the population. So India is the biggest hub for this market. Corporate jobs are available because IT people are in need of these healthcare professionals because it is easy to teach software within couple of months or within a semester, isn't it? But it is really difficult to teach complete pharmacy or any health science related subject to any newcomer or an engineer, isn't it? So they need the people from the healthcare background. Now the international opportunities and quick growths are also there, which are included under the scope and potential. Now, many of you are must be interested in knowing about these salary packages. So you can see here the basic packages or initial packages to the graduate student is near to this. The CTA regarding the same. The CRA is the post like clinical research associate is there. Senior CRAs are there, regional CRAs are there, data managers or project managers are getting this much amount of salary. Regulatory affairs and quality assurance people, they are getting that much delay amount. So this is not the exact one. Company to company, period to period, this varies. But this is just a rough idea. Again, completely depend on the skill, the type of interview, then the college you are pursuing. So many factors they are affecting this particular skill. Now, each and everything is having another side. The coin is having another side, and this also includes some challenges as well as some opportunities in case of a clinical research or clinical trial. So, first of all, the challenge is about the recruitment and retention. Why any person is willingly coming into the picture or coming into the trial and saying that, yes, I am ready to experiment about this newer drug, isn't it? It is really difficult. Though the patient, though we are saying that yes, we are giving you the free of cost treatment, we are providing you the lifetime support and all other things, but why people will get ready? So this recruitment and retention is really a big challenge for this clinical trial domain people. Data integrity and accuracy is also facing some issues and challenges due to lack of qualified and trained personnel. Then emerging technologies which are coming, and there is again a gap between these academic and industry. The guys which are coming and they are not industry ready, so it is really getting difficult. Patient engagement and empowerment is also one of the challenge you can say, but we can take it as opportunity as well. So the future of clinical trial, you can see here why I'm mentioning continuously that it is having the future. Nowadays, the people or the R&D people, they are working on a personalized medicine. What exactly this personalized medicine is? Now, as we are aware, if anyone is suffering from any kind of a particular disease, so there are standard drugs which are available, like 500 milligram, 650 milligram, 250 mg tablets, which are available, isn't it? And whoever will go to the doctor or physician, they'll ask to take this a day, thrice a day, once a day, whatever, isn't it? But the effect varies. It is not about the effect only. At the same time, any drug which is coming along with that of the side effects, isn't it? And that is really very difficult then. So to manage those side effect and adverse effect. So this approach helps to tailor the treatment to the individual patient based on their genetic makeup, lifestyle, and other factors. The personalized medicine has the potential to revolutionize the healthcare. Now, the next future scope is about the visual and augmented reality and the artificial intelligence, of course, which is coming in each and every domain. So, about virtual and augmented reality, you must have been seeing many advertisements, news, and that Sundar Pichai was telling just from the retina that he can say, or that exactly the machine can say whether that person is suffering from any congestive heart failure in future or not, isn't it? So there are many things which are coming into the picture which requires initial trials on the human being. Even the artificial intelligence like AI is transforming the clinical trial design, data analysis, and the decision making, isn't it? So AI algorithms can help to identify the patterns of data, predict the outcomes, and personalize the treatment recommendation. So no doubt, AI will be our helping hand only. It may hamper few jobs, but literally the people who are really trained and skilled, they will not, they are not really, they should not get worried about the same, isn't it? Because though the AI is working, but there is a need to have a person who is cross checking the same. Okay. So in today's session, we are focusing one of the type of clinical trial. Actually, there are many, like decentralized one, the observational one. There are many different types of clinical trial. So we don't have much time, so we are just focusing on decentralized clinical trial, which is actually a paradigm shift in healthcare research. So decentralized clinical trial represent a transformative approach to conducting the clinical research. So this paradigm shift is really empowers the patient by offering many kinds of expertise or flexibilities. So these, what you can say, decentralized clinical trial, they are helping to optimize the patient engagement. So enhanced patient recruitment and participation will be done. As we already mentioned that there are some challenges for recruitment and participation. So with the help of these decentralized trials, there are the chances to nullify those problems or to lower those issues or problem. So this includes the geographic reach, flexible scheduling, and improved accessibility. So decentralization means what? At the same time, the trial will be conducted at one location, another location, only the same thing which is there. That is, they have to follow the protocol and the timelines which are provided, and they can do by their own. So this helps in to reach very various regions. So geographical reach will be there. Schedule timings will not be the what you can say problem for the same. So all these are the enhanced patient recruitment and participation strategies which are there. Then embracing decentralization, a promising future for healthcare research. So promising future for the healthcare research offering a more efficient, patient-centered and accessible approach to conducting the clinical studies, which accelerate the medical discoveries, improves the patient outcome, and transport the landscape of this particular clinical trial. So, as I mentioned, there are many types like observational and all, but decentralization is really a paradigm shift. Now, this you can say a bonus point from my side regarding the pharmacovigilance. Actually, we are focusing on clinical research, but pharmacovigilance is part of clinical research only. So the phase 4 is called as a pharmacovigilance. So pharmacon means drug and vigilance means keeping eye. So along with the clinical research, there are the job opportunities in PV as well. So clinical trial and PV, they go hand on hand. There are many techniques, many software, many what you can say advances are going ahead with this PV. You must have been heard that there are many drugs which are banned in past few years, isn't it? There are few cough syrups were there. One news was there, that is the anti-thyroid drug which was used by many ladies. One of the batch got failed, and then the message was circulated on that WhatsApp university, let don't have that particular drug if it is possessing from this particular batch number. So actually this won't happen. As soon as there is such kind of a failure, the complete batch will be taken out from the market. But yeah, nowadays, as we can say, the social media is quite fast rather than our brain. So it is really difficult to stop such kind of things. But yes, pharmacovigilance is there, one of the biggest huge sectors. So there are many offices present into the India. Huh. So recent trends in this particular domain. So as we are aware, the artificial intelligence is coming, big data analysis, then the what you can say SAS related programming, then related to biostatistic, then digital things are there. Then other another things like improve the drug safety and release exactly. There is a need to have some AI included under the pharmacovigilance. There are many what you can say recent trends. Now, those who are having few questions in their mind, what exactly the career opportunities in this particular domain. So here are some what you can say the portfolios are mentioned on this particular slide. So if you are there using the LinkedIn profile, you can able to see, or Naukri you can able to see there are vacancies for data analyst, data scientist, or clinical research associate, or PV consultant, medical writer, regulatory affairs, isn't it? Safety analyst is the word used generally at entry level. So all these are the domains which are belong to this particular clinical research. Few also like clinical research investigator, then trial assistant, clinical research manager, then regulatory officer, project manager, clinical trial writers are there. Many biotechnology companies need these people, clinical data management companies need these people, PV centers, pharmaceutical companies, IT companies, central labs. This is one of the concept like central laboratory and local laboratory. They need the people who are trained in this particular domain. Clinical CRO, packaging, labeling, and contract manufacture also in a need of these people because the labeling contains many of the part which is already studied in pre and clinical trial because labeling must be perfect. So data management CROs are also there which are helpful. The similar one, the sectors where the candidates can find the job opportunities. So kind of repetition will be there. The similar sectors which I already mentioned under the heading of companies as well. You must be aware about the DCGI, that is the Drug Control Governor of India, who is the head of this regulatory agency of India, CDSCO. So there are job opportunities in government as well, and apart from that, these KPOs, the companies like Accenture, TCS, Cognizant, Quintiles, IQVIA, so all are there. They are ready to hire you just to what you can say have the proper skill set, isn't it? They need the industry ready people. No doubt the jobs are there. Into the next slide, I just went through a few of the LinkedIn profiles and I just found yes, jobs are there. They are ready to hire people, but they are not getting the proper candidate for they are looking for. So they need the trained people, isn't it? So before going ahead, again, one of my what you can say favorite point, which I used to tell to my students as well. Again, the bonus tip from my side. Before that, I must quote here that the industry is ready to hire you. You just need to have few points like you should be self learner, self motivated. because they want the people like they will do their own work and they're ready to learn some new things, isn't it? So if you are learning those skill sets before going or entering into the company, surely you will be hired with high package, isn't it? So there is a role comes of such training organization and institution. They are really bridging the gap between industry and academics. Because I know being an academician as well, it is really difficult to um, cover complete syllabus, the whole activities, the examination, the accreditation, and other parts. But being students, it's your responsibility to go and search for similar kind of a courses, strengthen your CV, strengthen your resume, improve yourselves not only in terms of communication but in terms of core knowledge, domain knowledge, and just you have to be ready with whatever challenges will be coming. You should have those problem solving ability and at last the lifelong learning skill set. वो दिन गए कि भाई 10वीं पढ़ लो 12वीं पढ़ लो हो गया अभी इतना ही आपको पढ़ना है. नो, you have to keep learning. You have to be the lifelong learner. So towards the end, I really, what you can say, appreciate this concept. One should be aware about this ikigai. So whenever you are going to choose your career in future, you should remember these four columns like passion, mission, vocation, and profession. So if you have similar kind of profession, it should lie in between this. So if you are dreaming for the career in corporate, if you are dreaming for career in this similar kind of domain, or if you want to go abroad because these PV clinical research data management related companies they send you abroad. So all these things will be covered under this particular domain. So being a pharmacist, this will be one of the what you can say good or great opportunity, and no doubt the training will help you or to what you can say boost your speed. So it is really important to go ahead with the same. So I think that's it from my side. If you have any questions, you can just I think you can put in the chat box. Okay, sir is there. Hello, sir.
Hello, madam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hi. Thanks. Thank you. It was a nice presentation. Um, you actually discuss a complete drug discovery procedure. In addition to that, clinical and pharmacovigilance was also discussed. Only thing I found missing was that our job ad was not on your slide. So recently we have job vacancies at Swalife as well, and they are listed on LinkedIn. So I think I missed that.
Okay.
Um, uh, I don't see any questions in the chat box. So just couple of questions from my side. Um, so we discuss about the personalized medicine. So how do you see like with the decentralized and developing a personalized medicine, how do you see the change happening in the clinical trial?
Okay, very good question. So actually, there is a need to have personalized medicine nowadays because to avoid this kind of adverse effect and which are coming because nowadays the industries are focusing because purity is there, no doubt. Purity, 99.99% pure products are available, but people are interested in that 0.01%, isn't it? So they want to know about what if that particular 0.01% will be having that COVID virus or what. So they are more specific in having the personalized treatment. So these decentralized trials will surely help that if we are working ahead with particular things, like we are going one to one person to person interactions and they are providing the proper information to us, we can work on the same and which will be surely helpful to have this personalized treatment. So this kind of a trial will take some time. This will be surely really difficult that people are not ready to give their information. We need to get consent from them. It's really difficult task. But if the people will get ready, and then surely the personalized medicine will come into the picture with that of the again lower cost also. So this surely help.
Okay, so there is a question regarding personalized medicine. So there is a question from Dr. Gitanjali Devkar, madam. So personalized medicine regulation, what would be the focus?
Okay. Uh, the focus should be again, it depends completely on which type of disease it is, what the cause, the epidemiology, and the feedbacks which we are getting from that patient. If during the clinical trial, decentralized clinical trial, in between they refuse to answer our questions, they refuse to provide the information, then it will be really difficult. So the focus should be we should prepare a protocol first of all, so that that protocol will help to finalize whatever endpoints we want, and after that we can go ahead with that personalized treatment. Endpoints are also very important. It completely depend on type of patient, type of disease, what exactly they want, because it what you can say, there are number of like postural hypotension is one of the condition. So in that, not only hypotensive or hypertensive medicine won't work, we have to consider about the posture change as well. So it completely depends on what kind of a disease and patient and their responses. So first of all, we need to focus on endpoints which are mentioned in protocol, and it completely depends on type of patient.
Okay, so do you think, like, with the centralized clinical trial, it was the numbers of patient visiting the trial used to reduce as the trial gets started and as the trial is getting progressive. But with the decentralized, do you think the number will be there? We will actually have that many numbers of patient when it is run under decentralized. Your voice is not there, ma'am.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, yeah, you're audible now.
Sorry, sorry for that. Uh, I think dual entry. Will you please repeat the one?
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear? Hello.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah. You're audible now.
Okay, okay. So yes, I was telling that decentralized trial is surely helping in improving the number, because there is geographical reach, and what you can say, the time and other whatever the drawbacks are there with that of the normal clinical trial, they are already nullified with the same, and it will be surely helpful to the people. They will not hesitate, and they will surely give the proper information because of this decentralized type. I already mentioned all these points on the screen as well. What are the benefits of having decentralized trial?
Okay, so there is another one more question from Akash. What is the way of pharmacovigilance?
Okay, Akash, there are number of ways actually, and the basic way is to report the ADR. That is the duty of each and in each person who is there and having the medicine. They should report whatever the problems they are raising because of any medicinal product. And it is not only the case associated with the problem. If you are not getting any problem now, that also has to get reported. I would like to quote one example here that aspirin is the drug which we are aware that come under the heading of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. I don't know, Akash, you are from which background, but it is coming under the heading of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. And afterward, it got to know that the drug is very good as a blood thinning agent. That is, it is useful in case of a anti-platelet activity. And now this drug is useful for treating these patients, isn't it? So when somebody reported the same and they got to know about the newer incidences, one more example that minoxidil is the drug which was reported for the hair growth. And later on, what they did, they introduced this particular product for treating baldness. So likewise, if you are getting any kind of a problem now, it has to get reported. So that is the best way of pharmacovigilance. And now, if we go into the depth, there are many things to study about PV, but I think this is the basic factor. So as I mentioned, pharmacon means drug and vigilance means keeping eye. So who is going to help to keep eye? So we all are responsible for the same.
Thank you, ma'am. There is one more question from Punit. So he want to know about the types of certificate courses for clinical research and pharmacovigilance after BE Farm, and how can I do
Yeah,
this certificate?
Hi Punit, I think this question is the in mind of all the people who are attending this particular session. So thanks for asking the same. So as Sir mentioned, we like Catalyst Training Organization and Swalife Biotech Organization, we working together just to avoid this gap, and we are having similar certification courses as well. So you can just visit our website or you can connect with the sir also if you have the number. Then he will tell you about the details of similar certification courses. So there are many courses which are available. Domain module wise courses are also there, and complete program is also available, which include all.
Okay, so thank you. We will actually share about the details about the certificate courses in the group, the WhatsApp group which we have for the to connect with all of you. But in addition to that, I also want to mention here that we are actually um, from next month, we are actually going to start with another experiment which we want to do here is that the workshop which we are planning next month is that we are going to give each topic 1 week. So like 3 sessions will be done, and we will go in much detail about clinical research, then preclinical research, then regulatory affairs, and also pharmacovigilance. And for that, we will also actually going to incorporate AI, that how AI is actually working in these areas. But simultaneously, my aim from Swalai Biotech point of view is that we are working from basic research till clinical trials, and also with the regulatory affairs as well. And we are actually bringing the product in the market. So marketing and sales is also there. So what we want to do is that we want to introduce the skills which are needed by the students, so that way it will be useful for Swalife and also for the companies relevant to Swalife who are actually interested in the candidate which will be having those type of skills. These workshops are going to be useful for the students to get trained into those areas. And simultaneously, as madam mentioned, that the training certificates are done with Catalife. In addition to that, Swalife is providing the internship. So this way, you can also get hands-on about the different areas, different projects from Swalife. So that's about how we are working. Thank you again, Dr. Trupti Kulkarni madam. It was a very nice presentation, very useful for all the students who are attending simultaneously, the college representatives who are there. Um, in addition to that, one point, just finishing before finishing, I want to mention is that Swalife is actually trying to collaborate with colleges to develop an open innovation platform where we want to bring the research and entrepreneurship, which can actually help to develop the student skills when they are in the college. So that is what we are trying. So these sessions are part of that, and it are done under the Swale Foundation banner. So thank you for joining, and thank you all for contributing and also listening patiently. Thank you. Thanks, madam.